Coach Jarmarcus Johnson in his second year with Rutland, and last year, Coach, 1-8, not a very good record, but a year after you have taken over now, going into year two, how much more comfortable are you just knowing the lay of the land and getting that first season for you as a head football coach out of the way? How much better do you feel right now because of that experience?
I feel a lot better. I feel like I now going into the second year, some of the things that I don't think you can ever fully be ready for that year one. Going around now, I think we're able to pace a lot better as far as preparation for the upcoming season. Coming in last summer, everything was 100 miles per hour, so we're starting to figure some of those things out. And like I said, we should be a lot better this year as far as our program and doing what we want to do inside of Rutland High School.
Your numbers are better.
Yes, sir.
Which is a good thing. You got in the 50s now as far as number of kids out. You got to replace more starters though. You've got about 3 starters back on both sides of the ball, and that can be a good thing, I would think, with a growing program in allowing these players to get snaps and to say, "Hey, look, the opportunity's here. Come play and get better at football." Is that the approach you're taking?
Yes, sir. We talk about raising the standard around here, and so while we appreciate some of those older guys, it's a new time now, and what the standard is now is not what the standard has always been in our program. So we're doing a good job of getting kids to buy into doing the things that we feel like are required, not just to win ball games, but just to be a good program.
All right, you got some skilled players that you're really going to be counting on, especially with your offensive line. The question mark: who are those skilled players that we should be on the lookout for this year?
We'll get Nico Sandifer back. He's been an all-state kid, all-region kid since his freshman year. He'll be a senior this year. We'll get Ashton Brown back. He started both ways for us last year. Jacory Brown, he'll be back. And our quarterback, Marquise Latner. And so having those guys this year, we're playing with teams that are playing just as many kids both ways as we do. So we feel like it should level the playing field a little bit.
We'll talk about that change in the region for Rutland and what the defense is going to look like in 2021 with Coach Johnson in our next report. Jarmarcus Johnson in his second year as the head coach at Rutland. The Hurricanes have had 7 wins in 7 years, so this program can only go up. And I like what I'm hearing about the progress. Now, again, you only have 3 starters back on defense this year. Numbers are better, and it's going to be interesting to see how you can improve on giving up 32 points per game. I mean, look, this didn't happen overnight. It's not going to be fixed overnight. I hate to use a cliche, but it's true with a football program that struggled. It takes time. And what about your defense? What are you looking for this year on defense, Coach?
Well, when we look back, Coach Tevin Davis and I, who was my defense coordinator, we sat back at the end of the season and we evaluated where we were in each game. And, we looked at it in each game going into halftime. The game was we still had an opportunity to compete. Like I said, we felt like our kids were not prepared or not physically ready for a 2-half game. And so this year in the offseason, we've implemented some things that we feel like will have us able to finish an entire game. And that's been our big focus this year, is finishing. And we constantly bring up how each game there were no games that we were really out of the game at halftime, and just trying to put together a full quarter, put together 2 halves. And we feel like if we can put together 2 halves, we got a chance to compete in our new region.
Now, let's be honest, that's just about finding football players, isn't it? Not people who want to play, but finding football players. Do you feel like you're kind of going in that direction now in year 2?
Yes, sir. I think we've got some kids out who walk in the hall that we felt like could help us out in different areas and just getting those kids out there. I think we got a 6'4", wide receiver, outside linebacker kid that was just walking around the building. He's a senior. He's never played football, always played basketball. And, we got him in weightlifting and he loves it now. Shoot, I got to tell him, hey, man, it ain't time to put that visor on yet. So, like I said, we've got some excitement going on around inside of the building, and we're excited about it. I think our big focus last year was on winning. And, everybody wants to win.
Sure.
Just going past winning, just changing what we do. And we feel like if we change what we do, and again, going back to raising those standards within our program, the winning will come.
All right, finally, real quick, you're going to go from quad A to double A. We're going to get some city games, which will be a lot of fun. But yeah, you kind of said, "Whew."
Yes, sir.
You needed that, didn't you?
Yes,
you needed to go down a little bit.
Yes, sir. And our kids needed it. Like I said, every game last year we felt like we could play in. We were playing against teams that, I think Perry had like over 80 kids last year, and they just kept coming. So, like I said, we'll play against some guys that are playing the same amount of kids both ways as we are. And so we like our chances. And
again, to be in a region with Ace and Central and Northeast and Southwest, we're going to have some great games in the city of Macon.
And all those are really good teams.
Absolutely. And we're going to have good football games because of that, which I think that's great for Friday night in Middle Georgia. Coach Johnson, we appreciate your time. Sounds like you're doing some good things and making some progress. We wish you a lot of luck this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.